Hello, good morning. Jennifer Rollins here, and I am at home in Arkansas. Good seeing you. Let's see who's gonna jump on this morning. I had set it to the wrong day. So let's try that. All right. Just drop me an emoji or say hi when you get here so I'll know you're here. I'm super excited about sharing this with you all today. Good morning, Nancy. Good morning. Good morning. I am home in Arkansas. So happy to see you. So happy to see you. Yay, take me on your walk. Good, good. Well, in the back of the Pole Yoga guide, the very last chapter is about nutrition, and my favorite way to get my nutrition is from juicing. I have been juicing for over 15 years, and I've owned 2 juice bars, and I've helped lots of people do juice cleanses and incorporate juice into their life. And so I know it is a proven system, and I have been lucky enough to learn from some amazing gurus in the industry personally. So I'm gonna pass on some of those nuggets. I lost 55 pounds in 1 year with pole yoga, 30 minutes of pole yoga a week. And I did add juice back into my life on a regular basis. So that definitely helped me shed that weight, and it has helped me keep it off, and it has helped me remain very healthy. I very rarely am sick, thankfully, and that's because I take my nutrition and I fuel my body with what it really needs. And when we give our body what it really, really needs, our body's gonna show up for us more optimally. So when we eat a lot of processed food, it's harder on our body to digest. Think about it. When you eat the food, it goes into your mouth and down your throat, and then it immediately goes to work. As soon as your saliva starts breaking down the food in your mouth, it starts going to work in your body, and your body has to decide, is this a vitamin or a mineral or a nutrient, or is it waste? And how do I get rid of it? How do we use it? Where does it have to go? So you think about every time you eat or put food into your body machine, what's going on in there, what's happening. So the idea with juicing is it makes the nutrients really available. It makes it very easy for your body to get the beta carotene out of the carrot, rather than if we're gonna deep fry the carrot or process the carrot. It comes directly from the earth. It's a plant. So it comes directly from the earth, just like we do. We come from the earth. So there's like a code in the plants that goes with a code in our body, and we just know how to coexist together. So when we give our body the juice, the body doesn't have to think so much about where to process the waste, because there's very little waste involved when we're juicing. The waste is gonna be back here in the back of our juicer, rather than having to put all of this work into our body. My favorite way to do a fast is juice fasting. And I've done loads of kinds of fasts, but juice fasting, and I'll have 3 juices a day. It gives my body that energy that I need as I'm still cleansing and giving my body a rest. Good morning, Candace. Good morning, Laura. So happy to see you ladies here. And I'm so happy to share juicing. I don't know if y'all know who Jack LaLanne is. He's the guy who, he really brought the juicer. He had that infomercial, and he lived to be like 90 something years old, and he swore by juicing. He was still having sex at 90, swimming this great deal of length, and he was in super fit shape, and I would have loved to have shared pole with him too, but he swore that juicing kept him physically fit because his body was able to use those nutrients. So I'm so excited to share this recipe with you today. The first thing to keep in mind when juicing is to keep it simple, especially if you're starting out. Juicing alkalizes the body. So go back to science, 6th grade, acid, alkaline. A lot of our foods, fried foods, fast foods, processed foods, that's going to cause our body to be more acidic. So juicing helps us be more alkaline. Hey, Moretta, good morning, beautiful. So juicing helps us be more alkaline. And if you've done any research on cancer, cancer can't live in an alkaline environment. I had the wonderful testimony in, it was about 2005, and I had my juice bar. My dad got diagnosed with cancer, and he's very old school, and he didn't believe in any of the juicing or yoga or anything like that. Well, I had my dad juice. He juiced so many carrots, he turned orange. And then when he went back into the doctor, the cancer had disappeared. And my dad will tell you today that juicing saved his life from cancer. And I've seen it happen with a lot of different diseases and different ailments when we put the body into its right functioning space, then we have these miracle healings. So it's really amazing what our bodies can do when we give them the nutrients. And what I love about juicing so much is it puts the power in your hand. You don't have to rely on a store. You don't have to rely on anybody else. You can actually juice so easy at your house. And going somewhere, it can be very expensive to juice. So juicing for yourself is the best. And you also get it quicker when you juice for yourself as well, rather than going to the store and it's been processed and pasteurized. It has some of the nutrients and minerals depleted from that. And also in my post, I put that we do need sugar. Your body does need sugar. I have experienced women that have gone straight no carbs, and then they go into depression because your body needs sugar to live on. And I'm not talking about sugar from a Coke can, and I'm not talking about sugar in sweet tea or refined sugar, but I'm talking about real sugar that's available. The way that your body processes fructose is very different than it processes white table sugar. So keep in mind that the kinds of sugar that you consume, they're different, and your body has a harder time getting rid of the more refined sugars rather than just if we're just breaking it down. I see no problem with starting with a red apple. A lot of people are concerned with sugar, and I do love to do the green apples as well. And it's amazing to do the green juices, but if you're just starting out, do a tiny bit of green in your juice. Do not start with just straight kale juice or asparagus juice. You never want to do just all asparagus juice. It's not good for your insides. So my most important thing is for it to taste good, because that's what's going to keep you coming back, is for it to taste really good. So mono juicing, where you do just one fruit, just starting out. So if you do just grapefruit or just apple, so that you can acquire the taste of it, so that you don't throw your body into shock. When I had I Relax, we did wheatgrass for people. And what I saw time and time again is people would come in and they would do a wheatgrass shot. And if they were super acidic, then they're going to get sick and they're going to say, ooh, I hate that, and I'm never going to do it again. And it sucks, because unless you're prepared to send your body into that cleansing, you don't want to just be walking along and then take that shot of wheatgrass, because it could ruin your vacation. So with my second juice bar, I omitted wheatgrass because I saw so many people that were having a hard time with that. Unless you're really looking to do deep healing with your body, and you can set aside time for your body to go through that cleansing state, it's just really important to add mono juices and to add the simple juices a little bit at a time. So maybe start by doing one juice a day as you're adding juice to your system. So the juice that we're doing today, and it's in the back of the book too. I love it so much because ginger is such a powerhouse. And when you're working with ginger, it's really important to think of like ginger and beet as like your salt and pepper. And I don't have any beet here today, but that's also another addition I love for this juice. Good morning, Melanie. Actually, how I met Melanie is she came to get juice from me, and that was in what, 2008 or 2009, so a long time. And now Melanie's got a juicer. She's now juicing all the time. So I love seeing you here this morning, Melanie. So when we talk about ginger, we're going to keep it really small. This would actually be pretty big to send through your juicer, depending on how much you like. So you can even start out smaller than that just to get it in your system. So before we actually start juicing, I get a lot of questions about what is the best juicer to have. And I will say that any juicer is a great juicer to have. So even if you start by going to Walmart or to a thrift store, you would be so amazed on Facebook Marketplace or on thrift storings how many juicers just get discarded. Or even just put a post, hey, does anybody have a juicer they're no longer using? You might be surprised. And there's different kinds of juicers. So I wanna be really clear with you. I'm not talking about smoothies. So a smoothie, I use my Vitamix for the smoothie. That's a smoothie is when we take the food and we put it in and we blend the food. That's a smoothie. So something like a Ninja, that's a smoothie. You're not actually juicing the food when you use a Ninja or a blender. That's a smoothie. So a juice is either in a massecting juicer or a centrifugal juicer or a juice press. So where you actually press the juice out of it. So this is a massecting juicer, and the centrifugal juicer takes it's good for grasses. So it grinds the grasses and it grinds the juice out of it. So this one is the Breville Juicer, and I had this in my food truck. So you'll see when I turn it on, it's a little loud. I use this in a commercial setting. And the Breville, you can get it at Bed Bath & Beyond, so you can use your 20% off code. I think that is the best if you're just gonna buy an entry-level juicer, which that's the juicer that I use. I highly recommend the Breville. It's a great juicer. It's about $250, and then you can use that coupon. But like I said, get a juicer at the thrift store if you can, just to get started. But the Breville is great. And the Norwalk juicers are actually made here in Arkansas, and they're really amazing. Those are the juice press ones, and those are like $2,500. And I know several people that have those. And if you're really into juicing and you're doing some deep healing work, then go ahead and invest in that juicer. But this juicer is just fine. I really love it so much. So it's important to keep things really simple when you're juicing. Really play with your own taste buds. And you don't really juice things like strawberries. You want to do those in your smoothie maker. And also when you're juicing, be really aware of what fruits and vegetables you're mixing together. So I learned from Victorious Kalavinsky, author of Survival of the 21st Century, and he also started the Hippocrates Institute with Ann Wigmore. And I really trust him when he said that mixing citrus and vegetables is just counterintuitive to the digestion system. And so he said that using an apple or a pineapple are really the only fruits that you want to mix with those greens because of the way that it reacts with your digestive fluid. So I know you hear a lot, oh, this pill has 148 different fruits and vegetables in it. Well, you think about how those fruits and vegetables interact in your digestive system. It's not always good to put everything all at once into our digestive system. So he was an advocate of keeping things simple, and I definitely am too. It will definitely help your journey in the long term being a juicer. I know a lot of people who get their juicer and then they go and they stock up on all of this amazing array of produce, but then they don't know how to do it, and then it ends up going bad, and then they feel like that they can't do it and it's too overwhelming, and then they don't know how to incorporate it in their life. So the best way to incorporate juicing in your life on a regular basis is to juice the things that you like. So try just orange juice or just grapefruit juice or orange and grapefruit juice. Just apple. So just start out really super slow when you're starting out. So today in the recipe, we're going to do a half of a lemon and a small piece of ginger and a few apples and a few carrots. And what's really cool about juicing is it's a great way if you have kids or grandkids to get them in the kitchen with you. My kids love juicing and they know how to do it themselves. Virtue knows how to do everything with this juicer. And so it's really good because you're teaching your kids how to take care of themselves when you juice with them as well. And Virtue has turned into such a super picky eater that it's really great to have juicing available. And you can use your juicing and your smoothie maker together. One of our best-selling recipes at Kind Kitchen was pineapple and kale, and then fresh squeeze the apple juice and then mix it all together in the Vitamix, and it is amazing. So the juicer and the Vitamix do go really well together in the kitchen. All right, I'm gonna turn it on. I hope it's not too loud. And we're gonna put the smaller items in first. Fast, I'll do these 3 times a day, once in the morning, once midday, and once in the evening. And I find that gets me through my fast really easy. It's really a lot easier to do a 7-day fast if you're getting some juice in there, rather than if you're just doing water fast. But they both have their place in whatever level of healing you're at, for sure. So it's just really amazing. I also don't put ice in mine because I don't want it watered down, so I just drink at room temperature. Oh, Candace, I think everyone that's tried juicing has made a nasty juice that they just don't want to get back to. So this one's so good. That little bit of lemon and that tiny bit of ginger just spices it up so much and just brings it alive. It's really good that you're in love with the food that you're eating and that you're in love with the food that you're drinking. Somebody asked me in Mexico last week if I wanted some tequila, and I said, I don't drink. And they said, what do you do? It's so funny. I was like, well, I juice. I like to juice. So this is just something so good that you can do with your friends and your family. Good morning, Vanessa. Do you have a juicer? Do you like to juice? So I love that the holidays are coming up. This week in the States, it is Thanksgiving. And this week for me, it is a 10-year celebration of giving up eating animals. And when I did that, I chose to juice during that week. I've given up several addictions and habits with the help of fresh squeezed juice, like smoking cigarettes, eating animals, alcohol, coffee, cocaine. Juicing has helped me immensely because when we juice, we're changing the vibration of our body. And so it's really important to remember that nature abhors a vacuum. That's what Vera would teach me. Nature abhors a vacuum. So when you take one thing away, replace it with something else. So if there's something right now in your life that you're struggling with, that you feel like you're ready to move that out of your life, then say, you know what? Instead of doing this, I'm going to do this, so that you still are giving your body something that it needs. So I just am so excited to share juicing and pole with you, because these are the tools that I use to be fit and to be healthy and to give my body the nutrients they need. And so to remember that when we're eating, we're either healing our body or we're killing our body. And it's our choice which ones we're doing. So remember to take the time and to juice, to take the time. It's really worth it. It really is. It's really amazing. Our bodies will thank us for it. Will thank us for it. And I want you to remember what you do today, it really comes back in 6 months. So this juice that you're giving yourself today, it's like creating new cells, and you're fueling yourself at the cellular level. And you might not see the benefits today, but you will in 6 months. exactly like when you eat the stuff that you know you shouldn't, or that you don't feel good about. I don't like that word should or shouldn't, because I think you can eat everything in moderation that you choose to eat. So it's just really important to give our bodies what they really need, and to really listen, and to take the time to nurture our bodies in the way that they need to be nurtured. Good. Thanks, Candace. Well, I hope you all enjoyed it. Oh, and one more question I get, what do you do with the pulp in the back? And that is still something that I have not found a great answer for, especially when you're doing several different foods in there at once. So if you have found some amazing way besides just feeding the compost bucket to use the stuff in the back, and I'll show you in case you've never juiced. And the Breville juicer is really easy to juice with, to clean up. And then this is the pulp. And when I had my pig and the chickens, we would give them the pulp. But beyond just making great compost, and I've made carrot cake out of the back before, and I know you can make like some crackers in the dehydrator, so maybe I'll get the dehydrator out and try that and let y'all know. All right, thanks so much, and you all have a great holiday this week. I am super excited to be seeing family. Yay. Oh, the celery juice every day. Yeah, a lot of people do that. Yeah, did you like them? Maybe it depends on what you spice the crackers with too. It seems kind of bland when I've tried it. All right, it was so good seeing you all today, and I will see you next week on the Monday Master Class. Next week, we're talking about de-stressing. So I'm so excited to share those tips with you. And if you have any questions, or if you need any help on your juicing journey, or you want to incorporate juice with your pole journey, then reach out. I love sharing this, and I love helping you feel better. And in these times, ladies, it's super important that we take care of ourselves. So I am here to support you, and I'm here to encourage you. You have a divine human body, and I am so honored to be your friend and to be your pole practitioner and to lead you down this path. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week. Namaste.